Hey, everybody, it's David Duford here with my friend in the business, Mr. Luis Moreno. Luis, say hello.
Hey there, guys. Glad to be here.
Yeah, Luis is a longtime friend and fellow partner on the Medicare and now the ACA side of health insurance. And the reason I've got him on here is because we're doing lots of training events across the nation in 2022. Check out eliteagentsummit.com. Luis is going to be speaking at a lot of them, specifically on Medicare and under 65 health insurance sales. And for today's topic, we're really going to talk about ACA and why agents, especially Medicare agents, would really want to consider thinking about selling a health insurance product to somebody who's not on Medicare. So why don't we start there, Luis? What is the whole reason of why somebody would like to look into this side of the business, even though they may be interested in something like Medicare?
Yeah. So the biggest thing, ACA, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of excitement right now with ACA. And I think a lot of it is coming around for the fact that we're in a Democratic administration. The ACA platform is a Democratic product, and it's really the only platform we have for health insurance. There is no alternative. The only other alternative is short-term health care, which is fully underwritten, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a niche for it. And then there are these crappy limited benefit plans out there that get pushed onto people very, very heavily. There may be some Christian ministry health sharing plans out there that are okay. There's another niche for that. But for the majority of the people, ACA, which is the Affordable Care Act, that's the only platform available. So you might as well do it. That's all that's available. Now there's a lot of reasons why somebody wants to do it. Okay. Now, first one I'm going to jump into is because Medicare agents, they want that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. David, you got any idea what that pot of gold is?
No, I don't. What is it?
Probably thinking, what are you talking about? You're losing it again, bro. I lose it all the time,
Again.
David. Okay, the pot of gold for a Medicare agent is a turning 65 lead. Okay, we all work the flips or the people that already have a plan and potentially moving them into a better plan. But the pot of gold for Medicare agents is at T65. Somebody turning 65. Okay, so I tell Medicare agents, hey, how do you find a turning 65 that is a virgin? And I'm not in a bad way, but somebody who hasn't been hit on by all of the national carriers. And then pretty much if you get a T65 list, it's been picked over by so many carriers, so many internal agents, external agents, and then they're giving it to you to see, hey, what can you find? So the T65 virgin client, where are you going to get that from? From your ACA book of business. Okay, they're your clients. You're earning commissions on them. I will talk about that here in a minute, David. But ultimately, at some point, they're going to age into 65. Man, you're the first person. You're already taking care of your health care. So that pot of gold for a Medicare agent, huge, huge. And there's a second thing for a Medicare agent. What if you walk into that house and you take care of Mr. or Mrs. Senior? What if the spouse is under 65 and she needs health care? Maybe the spouse that needs healthcare is retiring and they're losing their group plan. So you're going to put the senior on a Medicare plan, but what are you going to do for the spouse? We call that the spouse in the house. Well, you don't want to just leave her there hanging and say, well, good luck. Hope you find a plan. No. You got to say, hey, I can take care of you too. And you'll have a special enrollment for her also because she's coming off a group plan. And so there you go. You're taking care of Mr. Senior plus the spouse in the house. Don't let another agent come on in and take that business from you.
So on one level, it's already just there some of the time. So why not get it? And then number two, you're kind of setting yourself up for the ultimate play too, right? Because if you're in the house and your foot's in the door, right? I think that's where you're going with this. So it's a lot easier to convince them to buy if they've already bought from you once before.
Oh yeah. You're their trusted advisor. And I'll tell you, when you're doing a healthcare plan, especially an ACA plan, you're gathering so much data. You have everything for them. You have their social, their date of birth, you have their income information. A lot of times you'll have their tax returns because that may be required for you to submit. You're going to have all this sensitive data. where they already trust you.
Right.
So you're their natural go-to person when they're turning 65. Because guess what, David? When you turn 65, man, you get pounded on.
Yeah.
I have gone into seniors' house and they'll have a stack of mail a foot high with all these carriers hitting them. They'll have emails. They're going to have unsolicited door knocks. I mean, they get pounded. Oh, and the phone calls. Oh,
yeah. Don't forget the phone calls.
oh my God. And so they're like, we don't know who all these people are. We're so confused because every carrier is telling us how good they are and how great their plans are. They get, they don't know what to do. And so you're their natural go-to person because you're already insuring them. Okay. And also, if you take a proactive approach as opposed to a reactive, you can mine your book and hit these people 6 months before they're turning 65. Hey, David, you are turning 65 in August. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you enroll in Medicare. So I'll guide you on that one. And once you get your Medicare set up, we're going to talk about the best options for you. So ignore all those phone calls. Don't do anything with all those people. If they door knock you, tell them to leave. If you get phone calls, just tell them you're already working with an agent. He's got me taken care of. I'm going to be your go-to, David. Yeah. I mean, you can't get any better of a lead than that. I mean, that's hot.
And that's basically what you've been doing in your business, right? I mean, you talked to a bunch of people. I know you do a good bit of ACA, and that's probably quite the pipeline into the Medicare side too. So it's something you've been working for a long time.
I have, David. I used to be a hunter, David. I would go and hunt. Now I'm a farmer. I farm. I'm planting all these ACA or my seeds in the ground. At some point, they're going to sprout and turn into whatever, which in our case, we're talking, they're going to turn into 65. And it is just, it's so smooth. Oh, it's a beautiful thing to have.
So besides, we've been talking about the Medicare side of the business and thinking about how to pair in some ACA business where it makes sense, and it does. What if we're talking to agents on this video who aren't in Medicare, but maybe they're attracted to the ACA business? What does the ACA business offer as just a primary product to sell, as being a sales and marketing system they can employ?
So if you're not doing anything, if ACA is your market. Now, when ACA started back 2013, David, all these health agents said, to hell with this.
Right.
They're like, I'm not going to do this crap. They let their business go. I had a small health book and I just thought, I'm going to go all in. It was a great deal for me. So these agents that are thinking about doing ACA only, it's awesome. You're working 2.5 months to build your entire book. And then the rest of the year, you're just pretty much coasting and living on your renewals, because we don't get paid advanced commissions in this business. We get paid as earned. So It's real money that you could spend every month when you get that paycheck. So ACA, build that book up. We'll talk a little here when you're ready, Dave. We'll talk about compensation, which is huge in the ACA field. It's even getting better for us. But down the road, when you're like, hey, I got this ACA thing down, I think I'm going to branch out. I need to start doing Medicare because these people are asking me. Well, naturally, we can take care of that for them. Or maybe they're coming to you and they're asking you for life insurance, mortgage protection, hey, final expense, and you're not doing it. Well, you know what? David can help you with that too. So ACA is kind of like the gateway drug, I would say. Sure. If you can start with that, and then you can branch off to the other lines of insurance when you're ready.
Right. So why don't we talk comp? Let's talk about how comp works for ACA products.
Oh, comp is it's beautiful, guys. I will tell you, all those rumors, David, a couple of years ago, if you came to me, I'm like, I heard comp sucks. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You don't want to do it. Don't mess with it, man. It's awful. There's a ton of work. You have to spend thousands of hours getting certified. Don't do it. Come to me. Just send them to me, man. I'm going to do it just for you, David. And you know what? I'm going to send you a little $50 referral. Cool. All right. That's what I used to do. Okay. But in reality, with ACA, we get paid on a PMPM. Okay. People are like, again, PMPM. That is per member per month. So if you enroll, every member that you enroll, so let's talk about mom and dad and 2 kids. That's 4 members. And I'm going to throw out an average commission. Now, it could be higher, it could be lower. It depends on where you're at. Okay. But I'm going to throw out a $20 per month per member commission. All right. So mom, dad, 2 kids. That's 4 heads, 4 members times 20. It's $80 a month. You're like, I can't live on 80. But think about this. Annually, that's a $960 commission. Let's just round up just to make the math easy. You just made $1,000 off that family in a year. Okay.
Right.
Do we stop there? Oh, heck no. Hey, when somebody goes to work for an employer presents a package to them. They don't just say, here's your healthcare. You want it? Yes or no? No. They provide all these coverages. Okay. So we're also going to package sell. We've got other products that we can offer. Dental and vision, accident plans, sickness plans, cancer, heart attack, and stroke plans. Okay. Life insurance. We're going to package all this out, present it to the a la carte to the prospect, and let the prospect decide, okay, I'll take this and this and this. Beautiful. Let's rock and roll. So the comp is great. Now, commissions is a huge part of the money. But David, you would not believe the bonuses that these carriers are paying. Okay.
Yeah. How does that work?
Man, past couple of years, it was okay. You know, last year and then this year, the bonuses are crazy good. Okay. I'm going to go with my number 1 carrier that I've been writing a ton of. Okay. This carrier, which is United Healthcare. Okay. Not the United Healthcare Medicare, but in different areas, you're going to have different carriers. Not all carriers are in all the different areas, but what United is the one that has the sweetest bonus. They're paying $150 a head.
That's good, man.
As a bonus. All right. Okay. So I'm going to brag a little bit. I got about 400 with United. Okay. Let's just kind of do that. 400 heads. Well, I take that back. I got 400 policies. I don't know how many heads. Sometimes I lose track, David, but let's assume I know some of these are 2s and some will be 3s and I have some 1s. So I'm going to just take it to a total of 500. 500 times 150.
75 large.
That's my bonus. That's not my commissions, guys.
They pay that all up front?
Yes.
Wow.
Non-charge backable.
Oh, wow. Really? Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, I showed this to my wife and she's already has her Suburban planned out.
Sure.
Like, as soon as you get that, don't even cash the check. It's mine. I'm like, oh, I screwed up. I was trying to say, look what's going on, honey. And I screwed it up. So anyway, that's one carrier, guys. So all these carriers have different tier levels. United at their highest level pays $150. At their lowest level, they pay $50 per head.
Okay.
And you're thinking, well, how high are these tiers? The $150 level, I think you have to have more than 149 heads insured. That's not crazy. That's not bad. Oscar, another great. I have another couple, 400 or 500 with them. They're paying $100 a head. Okay. Friday Health, all of them are paying some kind of bonus. Some are very rich like United and some are okay. But either way, what do you care? It's a bonus.
Yeah.
It's freebie money. So now you can take that money, it's your income, or you know what, you pocket it and invest it to grow your other line of business. Now, maybe these become your final expend lead money or your Medicare lead money. Get out of debt money, who knows, but.
So that question about back to the comp, not the bonus, but the regular comp, clarify to the audience, those $20 per head. So if you wrote a family of 4, it's $80 a month as earned. So it'd be $960 for the year. Well, what happens if they renew their policy the next year? How does comp look the second year?
It used to go down. They would pay you a higher rate on new business and then they would decrease it for renewals. Okay. Not anymore. New business and renewals are the same comp.
So we're talking ACA is a passive income generating product at this point.
It is. The thing is, it's very politically, it's a political tool. So Medicare ain't going anywhere. ACA, past administration tried to dismantle it. Okay. They couldn't because there wasn't an alternative.
Right.
Who knows what's going to happen in the future, but it's a political tool. But you know what? As it, I tell agents, don't worry about it, because they're going to have to create an alternative. If there
Right.
ever is an alternative, we'll just sell the alternative.
Right. Yeah. You'll just roll all that business over to the alternative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't worry about it. If it turns into Medicare for all, hey, even better. If you're a Medicare agent, you're like cha-ching, rock and roll.
And you made a good point, because I don't think ACA actually started. Obamacare didn't really go into effect until 2012 or 13.
The law went into effect in 13. We started writing our first policies effective 1/1/2014.
Yeah, because I remember I had worked for another company and got back into final expense, and I remember we were it was. So, but Obamacare was passed many years prior to that. So I guess my point is, health insurance is a political product. Yes. And if they're going to make changes, let's assume the worst, that something happens to this arrangement we've got right now. It's not going to be instant. It's going to take 3 or 4 plus years to get anything going anyway, after they pass the law. And still, there's still an opportunity somewhere. It's just like the same concerns with Medicare. It's Medicare down to 60. Great. Now I got a whole new bunch of prospects to sell, right?
Exactly.
So
now, the one thing about the bonus, because somebody's going to hit us up on this, every carrier is pretty much following these same set of rules. They've got to be insured for at least 3 months.
Okay.
So they have to be insured January, February, March. This year, we had an extension on the open enrollment. Normally, it ends December 15th. Well, this year, it went all the way to January 15th. So if you enrolled anybody prior to the 15th, they had a 2/1 effective date. So they have to be in effect February, March, and April. So they have 3 consecutive months insured without a break. Then sometime in June or July, the carriers will do their homework, and then they'll confirm how many you had, and then they're going to bonus you out for that amount.
And that makes sense. 3 months on the books for a big bonus. Nothing to complain about.
And these guys have no caps. I'm telling you, United wants business. These carriers want the business. They finally figured it out where now it's a profitable market. A couple of years ago, it was not profitable. And
it's funny. It's funny you say that too. It's very much like Medicare Advantage was. Like the first 5-6 years, it was a tumultuous market, ups and downs, new products coming on board, products leaving the market. Whoops, let me go back to my new scammer here. Must be overheating. And now they're in a position to where it's stabilized now. And that's interesting because, like you said earlier, I would have never thought about ACA stabilizing, but now I think there's claims history and some consistency in what's going on that it's becoming a more viable, measured market to sell into.
In fact, last year we had carriers that they put this MLR, medical loss ratio, I think, or whatever, where a carrier can only make 10% commission or profit.
Right.
Anything above that needs to get rebated back to the consumer.
Right.
And so carriers were sending money back.
Yep.
So they were actually turning a profit. So, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. We have a very long-term play. You might as well take advantage of it, because there's no other product like it.
Right.
You can start selling short-term. That's fine. There's a niche for that. It's a good product. It's not cheap. Okay. There's no subsidies for it. Okay. That's another deal. The health sharing, it's not insurance. It's all faith-based, and, good luck. Hope it pays out.
Right.
And then you have the limited benefit plans that are, people get suckered into these things. And I would say, I'll challenge any guy. Oh, it's a great plan. Well, yeah. How good of a plan is it when it only pays $1,000 a day? And what hospital is $1,000 a day?
Yeah, right.
Man, my wife had appendicitis. In at night, out the next day, 27 grand.
Yeah.
Jesus. And this was like 10 years ago. I mean, imagine what it is now. I know COVID, ICU, you're in $500,000. Piece of cake. Yeah. $500,000. I mean, it is over with. Another buddy had a open heart, 400,000.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of bypasses. I mean, he was in bad shape. $400K for his total bill. So, I have a limited benefit plan. It's a PPO. Yes, that's how they sell it. it is a PPO. I'm like, yes, it's a PPO. But do you know how much it's going to pay for the hospital? It's a drop in the bucket. That $1,000 will cover the aspirin. So good luck. Good luck. But anyway, yes, ACA is definitely a stable product. Now, David, let's, I don't know where we're going with the questions here because we're doing this live, but what if somebody wants to do this and they're not doing it? Okay. If you're cool with it, man, I could talk about that process.
Yeah. And then I'd like to conversate about finding prospects if you're outside of the realm of Medicare and cross-selling. But go ahead.
We sure can. So if you're not doing this, guys, this is what you're going to do. It is super, super simple. Okay. Hit David up. I don't do contracting, guys. I'm a trainer. I'm the guy who's going to train you and get you set up at this. Okay. Get a hold of David. I got to point the right way. Get a hold of David and he'll send you contracting. Okay. Once we get you contracted, then the process starts. Contracting is always a little pain in the butt, but hey, we do it one time and we're done. Once contracting is done, you got to get certified. Now, David, ACA certification is not Medicare certification. Everybody has like, oh my God, I got to do another one like Medicare. Medicare is a beast. Okay. ACA, not that bad. And it's free. Okay. I would say it's probably a quarter of the intensity that Medicare is. Okay. Once you get certified, David, you're going to love the recertification. I did my recertification in 5 minutes. And I was probably interrupted by my staff in those 5 minutes. So it was literally click, click, click. I agree. Click, click, click. I agree. And one more time, click, click, click. I agree. Wow. Certified. Okay. Recertification is awesome. The initial certification, a little bit, but not anything like Medicare. Now, once you're certified, once you get your contracts, we're going to set you up with a quoting software. Okay. Again, no cost to you. We're going to get you set up on that. And then I'm going to teach you how to set it up. I'm going to teach you how to quote. I'm going to teach you how to enroll. And then I'm going to teach you how to package sell this product. So you're going to be doing an entire package. And then I always tell David, I always tell all my people this, David, and you know what? Not one freaking agent has taken me up on this. When you hit 6 figures, take me out to a lobster dinner. I've been crazy. How many agents have we trained that are already at 100 plus? And I'm like,
plenty.
The only thing I want, man, is, you know what? Yeah, I always throw it out there. Give me that $100 lobster. And I keep joking with it. And I think I'm going to drop it down to a gift card at McDonald's for $25.
Yeah, I know. You might take maybe.
Yeah. Good luck getting that from an agent, right? But yeah, it is, guys, getting started in this business, it's not hard. Like I said, you can probably be up and running within 2 weeks, David, contracting, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Contracting, certification, a couple hours, and you're rocking.
So yeah, last thing I'd like to conclude in our talk today, and appreciate you being here, is let's talk how we get in front of or find prospects. Again, if we've got an existing lead program, they're all over the place to cross-sell. But what does the agent do that really likes ACA? They don't have an existing product or marketing strategy. What would you recommend?
So super easy. So if you're already in the business, you're buying FE leads, you're a Medicare agent. So you want to continue doing that. David, I have yet to find a good source for ACA leads. They're all over the board. Sometimes they're crap. I haven't figured that one out, but you don't need ACA leads. You need to continue what you're doing. Okay. All you need to start doing is start wearing a different hat when you're done with targeting that lead, whatever they ask for. Okay. So your existing leads, number one. Number two, your book of business. We call it the Bob. Work your Bob. Okay. So if you're a Medicare agent, guess what? These people have kids. Okay. You can do that courtesy call. Hey, Mr. Senior, how's everything going? Yeah, great. Hey, by the way, I'm also doing healthcare now. I can help people under 65. Okay. So you can do that courtesy call. So your existing book, if you're a life agent, call your book. Okay. What about all your old dead leads? Hey, wake them up, pull them out of that coffin, wherever you have them stored, start making phone calls, put them into some CRM that is going to work for you. All right. So I think those are the two obvious ones. Now, the not so obvious ones is number one, I have a P&C agency, David. Okay, pretty large one, probably one of the largest ones here in San Antonio. Okay, I am the one out of 100 that is probably doing this. The other 99 don't want to touch healthcare. They hate it. They despise it. Well, guess what? Go to your P&C guy and talk to him. Hey, Mr. P&C guy, and start with your agent. Start with the one that you have your auto in your home with. Okay, because hey, they're going to talk to you. You're making the money. So hey, here's what I want to propose, and work out a deal with them. Maybe you can work their book. We have life quotas as a captive agent, and I would say, you know what? Tell them you're going to help them grow their life book. Okay, how? Well, you're going to get leads and give them to the agent. You know, whatever. So work your P&C, dude. Okay. What about working your CPA or your tax preparer? Hey, that's another avenue. Okay, these tax preparers, they're seeing, you know, there used to be a penalty, the individual mandate, but that was dismantled by the last administration. So that's gone. So there's no more penalties. But still, these CPAs, these tax preparers, they're dealing with insurance. Okay, so potentially they could send you business. All right. So we got P&C guys. We got your tax people. What about your colleagues? Sell the story. David, this is awful. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, just send them to me. I'll take care of them. You know, network with your colleagues that aren't doing this. Okay. Your other final expense agents, your other P&C agents, whatever kind of agent you are, hit your colleagues up and have them send you business. Okay. That's another thing that I would do. Community events. I have an agent that is works here in my office, and he is going to homeowners association meetings, and he's doing all kinds of stuff. He built a trailer. He's got Medicare on one side. He's got AC on the other. He's got it decked out. He turned that little trailer, like a little, it's like a little box trailer. He turned it into a mobile office. He's got a TV there. And then what he does is, while the homeowners association is holding their meeting, he'll do like a kickoff. He'll put a field goal, and he'll have the kids throwing the football or punting it. And you know, he'll do events, and then he'll go talk about health insurance at these homeowners associations.
Right.
So doing community events. Okay. Another source. Okay. You agents, you people watching this video should be writing all these down. Okay. How about your doc? Hey, I'm sure that doc is seeing people that don't have insurance.
Right.
So find out what plans he's in the network with. Okay, focus on those plans and offer those referrals to those plans. That way you're not taking business away from that doctor.
Right.
Okay. Here's the other deal. This just fell on my lap. Okay, my dentist. So with my dentist, I went to go see him. You know, I got a crown that I need to get done, and we were chit chatting. He was like, "Luis, I have this senior. He's got no insurance. Can you help him out?" I'm like, yeah, send him over. Guy came over, enrolled him in the plan. Dental plans are next day coverage, David. You know, so he went next day, and the lady called me back, which is the dentist's wife. She goes, "Luis, this is a great plan. I got a favor I got to ask you." I'm like, "Oh God, what do we got here?" She goes, "Can we send you all of our uninsured?" And I'm like, let me think about that. My thought process wasn't very long. I was like, hell yeah, send them all over. And networking with dentists is another avenue. All right. And here's my trick. And I wish I don't know if I can screenshot. I'm not prepared for it, but I work open air flea markets. Man, flea markets. These are ACA target rich environments.
Okay.
I would share a picture. I don't know if I can or not. You want me to share it? I got.
Yeah, hold on. Let me share. Let me get my screen shared up here.
All right. While you're doing it, I'm going to check it out, guys, so you can see my setup here.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, hold on here. Let me get the picture going. All right, it's coming up here. I'm going to the file, guys. I got to hit some reason open with. Okay, here we go. All right, let's go back to the video. And I'm going to screen share. All right, check it out, guys. You see my setup there, David?
Nice.
Okay, there I am with my daughter. This is either a Saturday or Sunday. We have our little setup here, and you know what? I write maybe 5 or 10 policies a day while I'm just sitting there. I
Really?
get,
Dang, man.
yeah, because
Wow.
people are just walking by. I'm giving them hand sanitizers. My daughter was throwing these piggy banks at kids. We were giving away these towels. She even brought some of her goodies to sell. And the people that wouldn't pay attention to me, you'll see this box back here. It's loaded with stress balls. So I would just grab one and throw it, and they'd look at me like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "You need health insurance?" And so anyway,
Good man.
Working an open air flea market. Why not?
Oh yeah.
You could set that up. You don't need to do any filings with CMS like you do with Medicare. I got Medicare people that showed up and are like, "Hey, I want to talk about my plan." I look it up and they're like, "Oh, you're on Medicare." Okay, well, let's, and then I would proceed with the compliance.
And those booths are pretty cheap to get too. I mean, I've looked at them before. They're not that expensive.
Man, it cost me an arm and a leg, David.
Oh yeah. How much we talking?
$7 on a Saturday, 37 on a Sunday. These suckers went up. I don't know why they charge more on a Sunday. But yeah,
really, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, they're poking my eyes out. So yeah, $27 for one day, 37 for the other. It's a business write-off. And so yeah, we picked up a good amount of business from the open air. So so you're sitting there wondering, well, God, where do I go find people? I just gave you guys 6-7 ideas of where to go find business.
Right.
It's out there, guys. There's a ton of business out there. Now, David, we're going to talk about special enrollments.
Yeah, go for it. Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's do it, man. Maybe I'm sorry. I should wait for the question. Why don't you ask me the question, David?
Yeah. What about those special enrollments?
There you go. Okay. Special enrollments, guys. So ACA is over. We're January the 19th, and ACA closed, or open enrollment closed on the 15th of January. Well, now what? Should I shut down and is it game over? Well, no, guys, there's still a ton of business to be written outside of that window. So between now, let's just say today was the 16th, it's not, but between now and November the 1st, which is the first day of open enrollment, you have to use a special election. Now, there's a rumor. It is a rumor, nothing confirmed, but we agents will find out when it's finally official. If these people fall within a certain income category. So there is a chart, and everybody that we train gets a book that I made. It's a little handbook, training book. I call it the ACA Smart Book. In this book, you have a chart. It's got the income levels for the different households. If these people are between 100 and 150, they're going to have a year-round enrollment.
Right.
Okay. It's supposed to start in March. All right. So we're going to be able to, if it goes into effect, we'll enroll them in March, probably for a 4/1 effective date. Okay. But nothing is confirmed. Now, what is confirmed are what I call the typical special elections. Okay. It's like Medicare. Okay. If somebody decides all of a sudden, "Oh, I'm sick, I want to get healthcare," they're out of luck. Okay. You have to have special elections. So you're going to have things which we call life events. You have to have life events that cause you to lose coverage. Okay. I lost my job. I lost my insurance. Okay. I relocated and I lost my insurance. I got divorced. I lost my insurance. Trying to think. I just went over them this morning in a training class. There is a list. Pretty much everything is these life events that happen to somebody all have an effect that caused them to lose their insurance. If they didn't lose their insurance, it doesn't matter that they relocated. Okay. If they didn't lose insurance because of a divorce, no luck. Okay. So there's gotta be a policy already in force that this life event created the loss of it. Now, there's a couple exceptions to that rule. marriage, having a child, a change in household status. So you adopted a child, a baby born. Okay. And then the third one is if you are working, you just got hired on by a company. They don't offer group insurance, but they offer an HRA, which is a health reimbursement account, or a QSERA, qualified health risk. I don't even know. It's called a QSERA. That's what we refer it to. And what it is an employer has set a dollar amount that the employee can use to pay their premiums or their bills, but it's not insurance. It's just a dollar amount, maybe $100 per employee. Right. If that is in place, it gives that person that was just hired a special election to get in. So bottom line is there's ways to get people in throughout the year, but they must meet one of these special elections. Right. And I've got a chart in my smart book. I've got them all written down with the qualifications. And then I also have what you need to submit as proof that happened. So they're just not going to take your word for it.
Right.
They did the first year, and then they got wised up. They abused the system.
Right.
And so now, if you submit a special election, you have to provide the correct documentation of it. Otherwise, you're dead in the water.
Well, Luis, I appreciate you being here. It's been extremely educational when it comes to all the aspects of ACA and why you should sell it. Just some heads up, if you guys are interested, of course, Luis partners with my agency to learn how to do this. If you'd like to learn more, you can go to daviddufour.com/ACA-health-insurance. And that'll give you kind of an overview, how to get started with contracting. If you have questions and you want to email us, email me at daviddufour.com/contact to get more information on our program, and happy to answer questions you got. And make sure you join us at eliteagentsummit.com. Luis is speaking at all the events on ACA and Medicare. So if you like what you heard today, there's definitely going to be more of that coming to a town near you.
David, where are we going? We got 9 locations, right?
Yeah. So we'll be in Houston on February 25th. This is 2022. Las Vegas on March 25th. And then I think in April, May, and June, we're going to be in Raleigh, Nashville, and either Chicago, I think. So the rest of them, I don't know. We'll eventually make our way to San Antonio, I think, in September,
right before open enrollment and AEP for Medicare.
Yeah. And then Atlanta will be there the month before, August 26th. So that's the plan.
Come join us, guys. I've got a lot of material. I've got some exciting content. You got to hear some of it today, but man, I've got some good stuff, and you'll learn a lot. And I tell people, it's not going to cost very much. You sell one of my plans, you sell an ACA or a Medicare, you more than paid for this thing. And plus you get to hang out. Hey, you get a few drinks with me and you get to start seeing me dance. It's going to be game on. We're going to have some fun.
All right. Luis, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Okay, take care.